I've managed to convince some of the biggest brands in the world to help pay off my mortgage. How I'm doing that, I'll tell you later on in the video, but for now, how did I get here? I'm just about to turn 41 and I bought my first house less than 2 years ago at the age of 39. Now I took out a 35-year mortgage on a property worth just shy of £600,000 and the mortgage we took out was £498,275. Now my mortgage is with NatWest and they kindly let me take that over 35 years despite the fact that that will take me until 74 and I have no intention of retiring that late in life. On top of that, my mortgage rate is 4.89%, meaning if we were to pay the full term of the mortgage at the current rates, I would pay back over £1 million for a house which is currently valued just shy of 600k. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but mortgage debt is some of the cheapest debt you can get. The reason I haven't overpaid until now is because I'd rather prioritise pensions and stocks and shares ISA investing ahead of overpaying my mortgage, because whilst my rate is currently 4.89% and that's a reasonable return on investment, my returns on my pension and my stocks and shares ISA have been in the double digits for the past year or so. Not too long ago we got our first mortgage statement and the summary is a little bit eye-watering. We paid £29,836.88 to them. However, they chucked on interest charges of £24,214.94, meaning that despite me paying almost £30,000 off my mortgage, less than 6k came off. £5,621.94 to be exact. So here's what I'm doing instead. I saw this app called Sprive being shared online by some of the finance creators that I follow and decided to jump in. Basically how Sprive works is it's a little bit like a cashback site, but instead of giving you the cash 6 months after you've made your purchase, they give you instant cashback, which can only be used to pay off your mortgage, which is brilliant. I'll never see that money and that money will just get paid directly to NatWest. Essentially, you sign up with a promo code if you have one. My promo code I'll flash up on the screen now. If you use that, you get a £5 bonus when you do sign up and make your first purchase. But once you're in there, you can see some of the top brands that they're working with. So far I've used Sainsbury's, Nando's, Miller & Carter and Amazon, just to name a few. Others on there, Dunelm, Halfords, just about anything you can think of. And for most of these, you can use them both online and in store. And it works like this. You essentially buy a gift card. And so you can either buy the exact amount you need. So when we do our shopping, it comes somewhere between £130 and £150 per week. As soon as my wife has done it online, she lets me know how much it is. I'll then purchase that voucher, pass it to her and she'll pay off the shopping with it. You can also just get a huge amount. So we spend roughly £650 a month on shopping at Sainsbury's. And so I could just do all of that in one hit up front and then we could use that over multiple purchases. Like I said, it is a gift card and it keeps a balance and you can check those balances inside the app, which is fantastic. So all your purchases sit on your purchasing screen. You can view the balance, you can see when they expire and things like that. It's really, really great. And how much cashback do you earn? It varies based on retailer. So Sainsbury's, for instance, is around 2.5%. Most of the supermarkets are. Tesco on there, Asda, and I think I've seen Morrison as well. And you basically get 2.5%. So from that £650, we get around £16.25 cash back from our shopping alone. Now, if we were to use Sprive just for our supermarket shop, that would save us around 6 months on the term of our mortgage. But when you throw into the fact of like eating out, so Miller & Carter is 10%, I believe, Harvester is 10%, you can start to get some real gains. So far, I've eaten out at Nando's and I think I've got 10% on the purchase there, which is a decent amount of cash back. I think on a monthly basis, when we start using it for just about everything, we'll be paying off somewhere between £30 and £50. And like I said, that will shave between 6 and 12 months off of our mortgage term. If you are yet to sign up with Sprive, then I highly recommend doing so. It costs you absolutely nothing. You can go in and see if you like it. And like I said, if you use my referral code MARK, you will also get a £5 bonus credited directly to your account as soon as you make your first purchase. And the one thing I like about Sprive is you don't have to wait 6 months for your cashback to track. You purchase the voucher up front and your cashback is added to your account instantly. You can then choose how often you pay that back. You can manually trigger that to go and be paid off your mortgage. Now, when you're inside, you can pay via Apple Pay on debit cards for the vouchers, or you can pay via open banking. So I use Monzo and I've checked in there to see what other banks are in there, and all of the high street banks are on there that I can see. So just double check that yours is also there. They also work with most of the most popular mortgage providers. So I'm with NatWest, but I can see all of the high street providers also in there. And basically you just connect it up. You give them some details so that you can find your account, and then they just make those overpayments. And I've made the overpayments myself, and so I've seen them track on my statement as well. If you don't yet have a mortgage, there's another app which is exactly the same, but they actually give you the cash, and that is Jam Donut. Again, my promo code for that is Mark. And when you sign up and make your first purchase, they will give you a £3 bonus. Very, very similar levels of cashback, similar principle. You're buying a voucher, it instantly gets credited to your account, and then you can withdraw it as and when you need to. Back to Sprive though, they also have a really cool thing called auto saving. Now, you can see on here, if it changes focus, if I were to pay £1 per day, you can see I can shave like 17, almost £18,000 off of my mortgage, or 1 year of payments. And you can change that however you like. So they've got automatic ones for £1, which is saving small change. They've got saving a cup of coffee, so that's £3 per day, which will shave 2 years and 9 months off my mortgage, or save £50,000 in payments. Pint of alcohol at £5, which was 4 years and 4 months off my mortgage, or £77,000, or lunch out at £10, 7 years and 7 months off my mortgage, and £133,000 saved. Or you could do a takeaway at £15. I'm not sure where they're getting their takeaway for £15. Mine runs at about 40 quid. That would shave 10 years off your mortgage, but that is £15 per day and £175,000 saved. So it's a very good mechanism, a bit of gamification if you like, to overpay your mortgage. If this sounds interesting to you, I will put some more details in the description below. If you have used it or used my code, do let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, do like this video and subscribe for more money saving tips.